So let's get started this morning. Mr. Emmanuel Olajide, you are actually the first person to come online this morning. So you're welcome, especially Mr. Alfred Monday, you're welcome. Mr. Simeon, you're welcome. I think Mr. Winger left. So I hope he comes back. Okay, so let's get started quickly. My name is Maiwa, just like I said, and I'm going to be taking you through the program for this afternoon. I mean, for this morning. Now, who are we? I'm very sure for some of us, we are just need to getting to know who Newton Global is all about and what we stand for. Okay, so I'm going to quickly give us an overview of who we are. And Newton Global is actually an emerging financial service institution. Okay, we are based in our headquarters is in the United Arab Emirates, and then we offer a wide range of financial services such as investment banking and wealth management. And also, we provide brokerage services to emerging economies. Basically, what we major in as a brokerage service is not only limited to providing brokerage services to retail and institutional traders. We also teach and we also provide the educational services, and also we are deep into research as regards the market, and that's why here at Newton Global we offer top-notch services that no other brokerage firm can boast of offering. All right, so we are a financial institution, and our vision and our goals is basically to pass down to our generations the values that our leaders has actually engraved into our minds, and to also empower youth through financial independence and resilience. I know to some of us financial independence is such a loose word that we've actually heard over and over again, and I can tell you financial independence is actually relative. Why did I say financial independence is relative? The reason is because to some person, someone might look at himself or herself and say, yes, I have actually reached my financial independence stage, so I'm okay. Some might say my financial independence is still ahead of me. The days of my financial independence is still ahead of me. So the thing here is this: I want you to know that financial independence is never or the time or the stage for financial independence is never reached. Yes, the reason is because financial independence is sequential. You have to understand that independence is sequential. What do I mean by that? What I'm actually saying is this: that financial independence should be a scenario or should be a tag whereby it is passed down from one generation to another. And that's why it goes along with our vision that we aim to pass down to further generation what our leaders has engraved in our minds, and to also empower youth. Right. So as we go ahead, for some of us, you might say, okay, are these people regulated? Uh, for some of us, we don't know what regulation is all about. Regulation means that these services, these financial services that you guys are providing, are you guys regulated? Yes, we are regulated by the FSC in Mauritius. We have a license and a certificate, and that's why I'm showing you that on the screen. You can actually pick up the license number and then put it in the Financial Service Commission. You see our name written there, Newton Global Commercial Business, like that. Okay, right. So that's as regards Newton Global Commission. You might want to relate to Newton Global by getting to know one or two faces, and then that's our director there. We also have our vice president, and also we have our economic advisor. We have our office here in Lagos at number 47 GRA Ikeja, Isaac John Street, GRA Ikeja. That's where we have our physical office here in Lagos. All right. Now, this conference or this webinar that you are on, what are the goals or what are the reasons for you to actually attend this online conference? What are the goals, or what are the reasons, or what are the aim you should achieve after attending this conference? Because you should not just go anywhere without having a particular reason. So what are the reasons, or what are the aim that you should achieve after this conference? And that's why I target as objective of this conference. Number one, is for you to have adequate access to financial services and global financial markets. Number one, for you to have adequate access to financial services and global financial market. The second one is for you to have sufficient financial knowledge. And I can tell you, a whole lot of people, especially in developing countries such as Nigeria, we lack sufficient financial knowledge, and then that's why Nielsen Global is actually bringing this to your doorstep. And also for you to have sufficient financial knowledge, skills, and resources. Some might actually have financial sufficient financial knowledge, okay, but it's the only thing that is lacking is the resources or the skills. So we bring all of this together, and then we offer these services to you. Also, another objective for you to attend, of you attending this conference, is for you to the possibility of you managing your own finances. Yes, it's not about making money alone, it's about sustenance. All right, you have to understand the word sustenance. It's good for you to make money, it's good for you to know how you can make money. But another thing is about sustenance. Okay, you should be able to sustain the tempo of you making money, and that's how it comes to managing your own finances. All right. The next one is generating multiple streams of income. It's going to be it's I'm not sure it's something that we should be saying it again, because we can see that the economy of Nigeria is going from strength to strength, it's getting better. So you have to understand that now, if nobody has more than three sources of income, or let's say two sources of income, then you're sitting on a keg of gunpowder. That's what you're sitting on. It's actually not advisable for you to rely on just one stream of income. As a matter of fact, even students that are in school now, maybe in the university or in the tertiary level, I can tell you they have multiple streams of income. Yes, this I know. So how about some of us that we are out of school, and then we've been doing this for more than a decade. Some of us were out of school for more than a decade, and then we are still relying on just one single source of income. It's actually not to be heard of us. Heard of. So that's one of the objectives again. And the last one is diversification of financial portfolio. Now, for some of us that we already have multiple streams of income, you need to understand the word diversification, right? You need to understand the word diversification. As we go ahead in this conference, I'm sure that you understand what diversification means. It has a stand even in the holy book, and I will show you all of those. All right, so financial independence, what is actually financial independence? It actually will come through to you through the action taken today. All right, you cannot keep doing what you've been doing for years, for decades, and you expect different results. No, you cannot. Right, you need to tweak. You need to tweak the idea. You need to tweak your normal process of thinking. You need to understand that there's going to be a shift, because the world we are living in is actually not not stagnant. Even they say that the sun they said yeah they said that the sun actually, the earth actually rotates around the sun. So if the earth is not stagnant, we that we are living inside this world, we should not be stagnant. We shouldn't be. If we are stagnant, that's a problem. So we should not be stagnant. We need to rotate around maybe the sun, around maybe the idea, around maybe new technology, around new things that are happening in the world. So you need to flow with it, and that's where we are going to today. Benjamin Franklin once said that if you do tomorrow what you did today, you will get exactly tomorrow what you got today. So if you do what you did yesterday, you are going to get what you did yesterday. You are going to get it today. So as for you not to get the same thing, because we hope to get better every day. We hope to get better in everything. We hope to get better. So if as for you not to get what you got yesterday, today you need to tweak. You need to understand that there's going to be a shift in momentum. All right. So first, let's define what is financial dependency. Let's define what financial dependency is all about. Financial dependency, like I said here, it refers to a mindset and lifestyles where individuals rely heavily on external resources, or such as family, friends, or government support to meet their financial needs. Yes, it refers to a mindset. Remember, they didn't say financial dependence refers to a human being. It refers to a mindset, and it refers to a lifestyle where people where individuals, human beings, rely heavily on external factors such as family, friends. You can imagine when I know, I'm very sure of this, I can be so sure of this, that if we check very well, there's some people here that you know of one or two people who they will, or anytime you see their call, you know they want to be you. Anytime you see somebody's call on your phone, you know, even if they say, I just want to greet you, you know, 24 hours after they finish greeting you, they will come back to say, eh. People like that, they are perfect example of who are of people who have mindset of financial dependency. They are actually depending on external factors such as you, such as the family, friends, or government. You can see these individuals, they blame the external factors. So because you didn't come through for them, because you didn't give them money, they will say, I've not had anything to eat, or I don't know how to go about getting money, because the person that wanted to borrow me money said he doesn't have money again, and then they take that person as the enemy. It's not supposed to be. This person that you are taking as the enemy has the right to say yes or no to your request. So the moment you start shifting the blame of your own responsibility, you start shifting it on somebody else, then you are getting further, or you are getting deeper into what we call financial dependency. So you need to understand that financial dependency is your own destiny that you have to take charge of. Okay. And then you should not let it be out of your reach or out of control. All right. So that's financial dependency now. All right. So let's talk about financial independence itself. Let's talk about the opposite of it. We've talked about financial independency. Financial independency are people who have the mindset of relying on external factors for them to be able to succeed. Now, what is financial independence? Financial independence, it is the true meaning of financial freedom. It is the freedom to continue to live a decent lifestyle for a sustainable period of time. You know, there are many keywords here that we need to understand. Okay, we need to understand that for you to continue living a decent lifestyle, number one, number two, for a sustainable period of time. Sustainable period of time. So that means during the period of time, there should not be a break in between you living a decent lifestyle. You should continue like that without a break in living a in living a decent lifestyle for a sustainable period of time. This is a state where you have enough funds to sustain yourself without hampering your health. Now, let me stress something here. Every time you wake up, you get dressed to go to work, you get dressed to go to your place of anything. Maybe you have a business, or you have an employer that you are reporting to. Every time you do that, you wake up in the morning, as that should be a regular routine. I can tell you, you are hampering your health and your well-being. You know, the Bible even said it then. It said you should not bother about what to eat, that you should relax, Abby. Okay, but the same Bible said something. It said the lazy ones they sleep and poverty encroach into it. So what they're saying is this: yes, if you are not taking care of yourself, you're always up and running, up and running, up and running. There's some motivational speakers, they will come, they will say it is bad for you to be sleeping more than 5 hours in a day. Some motivational speakers will tell you that highest the sleep is 4 hours a day, highest the sleep is 5 hours a day. I can tell you that that is a bad statement. It is indeed a bad statement. Don't let anybody tell you you should not be sleeping, because I can tell you during the realm of our sleep, um our brain, that is when it repairs a whole lot of damaged tissues. During your sleep, our brain it repairs a whole lot of damaged tissues, I can tell you. So during this period, your brain is actually reformatting your system, you reformatting your mindset. So if you are not having enough sleep, I can tell you, you are actually affecting yourself, and you are telling yourself that in the next few years, when you grow old, there's something that is actually common amongst the white people. Is called dementia. It's an illness, dementia. That is when people in their old age, some are even suffering from it in their as a midlife crisis. Some, you will be looking at your wife that you have married for 20 years and you still cannot remember her name. People like that are suffering from dementia. And what leads to that? Basically, what leads to that, one major factor that leads to that is lack of sleep. So when you are hampering your health and your well-being, that is basically when you still trying to figure out what financial independence is. The moment you start sleeping very, very, very well and you start enjoying your lifestyle, you have actually achieved what we call financial independence. Actually, one this man Otedola said now that he can sleep for as long as he wants now, because at the time he was supposed to work for financial independence, he worked for it. Now he has attained it, and that is where we are now. We need to work towards attaining that financial independence so that when it gets to the time that we're supposed to sleep and cross our leg and enjoy our life, that is not the time we should be running out and scatter. Okay, so I hope you're following me. That's financial independence. Now you can look at it. What's actually this financial independence is? I mean, this financial independence I'm talking about. Can you actually realistically achieve it? Because I can tell you, there's a whole lot of force around financial independence, financial freedom. Can you really achieve it? These people that are talking about it safe, because the Yoruba people will say, "Ká tó fúnni ní aṣọ, tọrùn rẹ̀ là ń wò." Before, let me give a loose translation of that. Before you offer to give somebody a clothing or a piece of clothing, you look at the person's clothing, himself or herself. You say, you that you want to give out a clothing, are you wearing a nice outfit? Are you looking okay? Before you say, come and eat food, you yourself, are you well fed? So these people, they are bringing to you, to your doorstep, financial independence. Are they really, really okay? Have they achieved it, or are they um in the line of achieving it? So one thing you need to understand is this: is it realistically achievable? Yes, a resounding yes. It is realistically achievable. You can achieve it. And then I was going through a particular statistics by the Market International. They said that those people that suffer from Ponzi scheme, I'm very sure if I ask most some of us, we have actually been a victim of Ponzi scheme before. I'm very sure most of us must have been a victim of MMM. Okay, now most people that suffer from Ponzi scheme targets are basically in this chart. And let me go back a bit. Let me step back a bit. One of the ways we can achieve what we call financial independence is for us to have early financial independence process and financial literacy. You need to set in motion financial independence as early as possible. And that is not all. You need to understand financial literacy. What do I mean by financial literacy? Some of us, we venture into a business that we know nothing about. Some of us, we venture into a particular business that we have absolute idea. We know nothing about it. We don't have an idea of how this thing work, the season, the time we're supposed to buy it, the time we're supposed to sell it. And wisdom is profitable for anybody who reaches out for it. So you need to understand that one of the ways you can realistically achieve it is basically when you see the need for early financial independence, you set you set the process in motion, and also financial literacy. So as I was saying, this this report by this guys, international market international, they said that they concluded by far that the three most common affinity groups targeted by Ponzi schemers were: number one, the elderly or the retired; and number two, the religious group; and number three, the ethnic groups. I can tell you this is by far the most accurate data. This is very, very accurate. Why? These three target groups, they accounted for 85% of all the affinity group in their own case. Now, look at this thing. A typical Nigeria, after working 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, excuse me, after working 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, what they intend to do or what they achieve to do is this: when I'm set to retire, maybe at the age of 65, I'll start collecting pension, I'll collect gratuity, and then I'll be living on my gratuity, and then I will maybe invest in one or two things, and then I'll be living my life. Okay, that's fine. And you need to remember something. As good as this country is, there's going to be inflation. So the amount of, let's say, 20,000 naira during the time of your heydays while you were working for the government or for the private institution, 20,000 naira, what 20,000 naira can buy there, 50 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, even 10 years later, 50,000 naira would not be able to buy exactly that amount of money again. Why? Because inflation will eat deep into it. Now, that is why you see an average Nigerian worker, when they rely on pension and few years into their retirement, they start to think of, so this is my pension money that I've collected. The way this thing is going down is very fast. So what will I do? I need to start looking for ways to make money. That's when some will open shop. That's when some will be looking for where to invest their money. That's where they will come across people that will say, bring your 100,000 naira, bring 1 million naira, and every month we'll be giving you 30%. Every month we're giving you 40%. Any investment that you see that they are giving you 20% or more than 20% every month, you need to be careful. Yes, that investment is too good to be true. I've been in the investments industry for quite some time now. I can tell you close to a decade now. I can tell you anything that is giving you more than 20% on a monthly basis, you need to be extremely careful of that. You need to be. Now, and when they give you this juicy offer, when they give you this massive offer, you feel like, oh, okay, so if I put my pension money, you'll be giving me 20%. Oh, that's good. They put their money there. Once they put their money there, a month they give them their ROI. Second month they give them their ROI. Then they will invite their fellow pensioners. Come and do this, come and do that. And now when you put their money, all of a sudden you just see maybe after 5 months, all the money has gone. The company no longer exists. Why? Because those are the target of these Ponzi schemers. So, because they believe that when people are getting to their old age, they tend to look for out, especially those that lack financial independence or financial illiteracy. They look for how to make their money work for them when they are growing older. So now is the time for you to start looking for how to make your money work for yourself. The second groups are the religious group. I can tell you this is another group. You can see in this chart that I put here that the elderly and the retired group, they constitute around 34% of their targets of Ponzi schemers. And the religious group is around 30%. Now, what I'm saying is this: in our churches, in our mosque, in our religious gatherings, that is where you see people looking for who to defraud. I can tell you, even the Bible said it, the Holy Book said it. It said, in the midst of good people that are gathered, you see one Lucifer, you see one Judas Iscariot, you see people that are out to scheme people. And that's why when you go for events in mosque, in churches, they will say, keep your phones, keep your wallets. Should they be saying that? No. So, because they see that when you are in a religious gathering, whenever your pastor says this, they know to some extent it is valid. Whenever your imam says this, they know to some extent it is valid. And these people, it's not their fault. So they will now come into your church, encroach into your mosque, and they will start giving you financial targets. They will start telling you, by in the next 1 month, we'll be giving you 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. And you'll be encouraged to do so. And they will go away with your money. What I'm saying is this: they are targeting a group of individuals. And I can tell you, all of us that we are listening to this webinar, we fit into one or two of this group, either the elderly or retired, either the religious group or the ethnic group. So you need to understand, you need to reset your mindset, you need to reset the way you think, that when people are out there looking for who to scam, the reason is because of lack of financial literacy. Lack of financial literacy. It might shock you that some of us might say, but in the church, we hardly see any individual that gets scammed before. Look at this. Look at this on your screen. Look at this. A US pastor admits to stealing $1.3 million in crypto scheme. Now, the most important part and the most interesting part is this. He said he claimed that God led him into fraud. This morning, as I was getting prepared to go to work, come to my place of work, I was telling myself that because of what happened yesterday between Nigeria and South Africa, I was telling myself that if indeed what we used to hear while we were pretty much younger was when we get to heaven, everybody will line up and then we'll start talking, we'll start gisting, we'll start asking God questions. And then it came to my mind that this pastor, when he gets to heaven, everybody will be interested in his case because God will be asking him, you claim that I led you into doing fraud. So tell me again, in the presence of everybody, did I lead you into doing this? Because why would a US pastor say that God led him into fraud? Now, this is another uh, group of those that they target. Ponzi schemers, they target these people. And now, this is not a Ponzi schemer, this is a pastor who is a Ponzi schema. And then he targeted the right group. That is the second group of those that are liable to going into Ponzi scheme. You can see it there, the religious group. So you have to understand that when you are about to retire or when you're in your early stage of life, you need to fit yourself into what we call financial literacy. You know, some decades back, even a decade back and further than that, when you are about to see the MD of a company, the general manager of a company, or the chairman of a company, most times you are impressed when you enter into their office. Why? Because they are well dressed, they are seated behind a huge desk with a massive chair, and then you'll be like, yes, indeed, you don't need to tell us anything again. You are the GM, you are now the CEO, we know you are the managing director. That was the status of or the symbol of authority there. You see, their office is well designed, well lit. But I can tell you, in this golden age or golden era that we are, you can see CEOs of company working comfortably well in their house, working they might be even be beside a pool. They are working. They might be in even in their village. They are working. Why? The reason is because of what we call, should I use the word internet connection, or let me call it the global village? The only thing you need to do is this: you need a business plan, you need the investor, you need the employee, and 5 to 10 years you have become profitable. And all you need is what? Is an internet accessibility. You need to understand that the world has become a global village, that we can all relate and interact with each other in any part of the world that you are. Look at this image now. As far back as 2009, this man will say, I'm going to office. The man up there, he will say, I'm going to the office. If they ask him, what are you into? I work with the media department of a particular news agency, maybe CNN, BBC. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to a war torn area, or I'm going to a country whereby they're experiencing natural disaster, and I'm going to capture the moment. So he ups into the helicopter, and then the helicopter flies above the affected area. He takes a picture, and then at the end of every month, he will collect his salary, cool money. That's nice. And I can tell you, 10 years later, this man is looking for a job. Someone who was doing a cool job now is looking for a job. Why? Because something, not a human being, something has replaced his job. May something not replace our job. But I can tell you it's something that's going on right now. I think it's happening I think there's a particular restaurant on the island, or is it a restaurant or a boutique? I cannot even remember. I think there's a restaurant on the island whereby, maybe it's in Nigeria or not, I don't know yet, that whenever you enter into restaurants, it is an AI, a robot that will attend to you. You will not see a single individual there. Where individuals are is in the kitchen. It is the robot that will walk up to you, take your orders, deliver your orders, make your payment, and go out. So what I'm saying is this: in just a matter of 10 years, the cameraman and even the pilots, both of them, they have lost their job. Hello, sir. Upgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself. Do not be comfortable with the norm. Do not be comfortable with the norm. This man has been working in this department for more than, God knows, maybe 10 years, 5 years. And he does the thing he did yesterday is the same thing he's doing today, is the same thing he will do tomorrow. Going to war torn area, going to areas that are affected by natural disasters, and then he's going to take the picture. He's doing the same thing over and over and over again until one year advent in technology came on board, and then it was sacked. Even the pilot was sacked, and then the two of them were replaced by a thing. So it is not a fight against human and human being now. It is a fight against advent in technology. You need to upgrade yourself. You need to move fast. Now look at this picture here. As far back as 1990, this building to your left, that the arrow is, it used to be a life of success. Anybody working in this building would be like, no, this is where I work. That's my office. Anybody living in any of this penthouse would be like, oh, I'm living the life of my head. I'm chopping the life of my head. This is the best life I can live. I mean, look all around me. There's nobody to compare with me. But the problem is this: lack of vision actually affected this person or the owner of this building. Why? Because to the left, I mean, to the upper side of this building, you can see some other structures coming up gradually and gradually. He still feels that because these other structures, they have not attained his own height, they can never attain it. So it's still there. And I can tell you, 13 years after, this their life of success became a life of mediocrity. So what you are doing now that you feel like nobody can do it, what you're doing now that you feel like you're on top of the world, what you're doing now that you feel like it is the best I can ever do so far, and this is the highest I can go to. I can tell you, 10 years after now, this their life that you're living will become a life of mediocrity. So if you don't want that to be your case, now how can you fit into this? How can you fit into not being, not living a life of mediocrity? Well, how can you fit into this? You have to understand and embrace the evolution of technology. That is it. You have to understand, embrace it. Not only understanding it, you have to understand it, embrace the evolution of technology. It actually has effect on all phases of our life. Number one, look at what's back in 1960s. Then technology has little or no impact in our society then. Now in the 70s, in the 80s, we started seeing computers. Now everybody can go around with computer, but then you can see a computer, then they used to transport it with a huge truck, for then the AC in a computer room, the room that houses a computer will be fitted with lots and lots of ACs. Even in 1970s, now in the 1980s, we started seeing desktop, we started seeing some huge computers. In the 90s, we started seeing some small hand phone, we started seeing Nokia coming up with phones, we started seeing those early stages of technology coming up. Now in the 2000s, we see that almost everybody, if not everybody, has access to phone. Not even a landline now. Everybody has access to tablets, Android phone, iPhone, computers, and the rest. And then I can tell you, now that we are in this stage, it will get to a point in the nearest future, somebody will be standing or seated, and then that person will be waving his hand in the air. And I can tell you that that person is actually operating his device, but you will not see the device. Yes, you will not see the device. As a matter of fact, right now, there's a particular instrument I saw. I don't know if I cannot remember the name exactly. I cannot remember the name exactly, but there's a particular instrument that you can be controlling the instrument without using your hand. Yes, you can be controlling the beats the instrument will be giving you without using your hand. Okay, I think the name is theremin or so. You can be controlling that instrument without using your hand. I think it's advanced now. Yes, and then it will be giving you beats. It will be giving you sound. Basically, what that person is doing is this: is working with the spiritual world. You need to understand that from the physical realm is something that is already that has happened in the physical realm has been concluded already in the spiritual world. So all of you here, you have to understand that you are going to fit into the spiritual world. Yes, anything you're going to do, we are going to be doing it on the spiritual world. And when we are talking about spiritual world, we are not talking about the negative or the positive side of the spiritual world. No, we are talking about the things that we are not seeing, but they are there. I'm talking about what the book of Hebrews said, and that's what we are saying now. Let me tell you what happened to this mobile giant called Nokia. Almost even not everybody used to have or operate a Nokia phone here. So what happened to Nokia actually? Nokia in summary, Nokia, they failed to embrace advancements in technology. That was their major cause of downfall. They failed to embrace advancements in technology. I don't know if we have anybody here that is a bit stringent or that's that likes to fit into the norm. You need to understand that you need to embrace what we call advancements in technology. Why? Because Android approached them. They said, "We have a new OS, we have a new device, we have just what you already have the market, you have a device, you have the technology, you have all of this. We have a new technology. The only thing we need to do is you bring us on board your platform, and then we install our OS, and then you'll be using it, and then it will bring sales to you. It's a win win situation." But because Nokia, they were adamant, Nokia, they were stringent to their normal way of life. Nokia said, "We have the market, every globally people are using our device." Remember I said this, that if you are feeling by now that What you're doing now is the height of it. I mean, this is the best. I don't want to move ahead. I think this is the highest I can get. I think there's nothing that's going to come after this. This is the best. I can tell you in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see yourself as a joke. That was the way Nokia were feeling then. Nokia were saying, no, this is the highest we can get to. No, Android, no, no, it's not possible. So people, I mean, the Nokia people turned down or rejected the idea of Android. I can tell you now that we all know what Android is all about now. Up to now, imagine if Nokia had fit their vision into what Android brought to them. Then you can imagine how huge Nokia will be now, not Apple. I can tell you if Nokia had spread their hands open to Android, then I can tell you that they will be the one that will be on top and no longer Apple. But as the world will have it. So I don't want us to repeat the mistake of what this guy did, and that's why I'm showing you what led to a downfall of Nokia. Now, remember, I said one of the objectives of this conference is for you to create multiple streams of income. So how would you do that? The first thing is you need to lay the foundation of creating multiple streams of income. You need to lay the foundation of creating multiple streams of income. And also you need to lay the foundation of creating financial independence. So how would you do that? You need to understand that multiple streams of income, creating it, you need to have the internet as your best friend. Now, remember I said something. I said one of the only books said something. He said, invest in 7 businesses or 7 ventures. Yes, in 8, even if it's possible, 8. Why? Because you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Nobody envisage COVID-19. Nobody envisage Ebola virus. Nobody will envisage what's going to happen tomorrow. I can tell you, we have men and women of God, which are the Muslims, Christians, traditional worshippers all over the world. But I can tell you, they cannot sufficiently tell us what will happen tomorrow. So that is the reason why you need to put you need to put your own destiny in your own hand. And that is why this passage, that's what this passage is saying. It said invest in 7 ventures. Yes, even if possible, 8 ventures. Why? Because you do not know this disaster that may come upon the land. Nobody envisaged that we stay that long in our various homes during COVID-19. Nobody. As a matter of fact, Nigeria was, should I use the word, God was merciful to Nigeria. Because I can tell you that in the US, in China, in UK, millions of people died all over the world. But to some extent, Nigerians, the effect of COVID-19 in Nigeria was not even that much compared to some other country. So if you don't know what tomorrow holds, that is why what it's saying is this. It said invest in 7 businesses, even if possible, 8. Why? Because we don't know what will come tomorrow. We don't know if COVID-20 will come tomorrow. We don't know if Ebola 15 will come tomorrow. Nobody is praying for such to happen. But what we are saying is this: we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So I want you to think of your income as a table. Think of your income as a table. If you look at this table very well, this table is well balanced, especially the one to your left. To your right. The table to your right that has 4 legs is well balanced. Why? Because the flat surface is seated on 4 strong, solid stand. Now, the table to your left just has only one stand and with a base. It's fine. I can tell you, if wind come, it will blow this table to your left. It will blow it to the left and to the right. But the one to the right, if wind comes, nothing will happen to it. It will still remain like that. Just small window. Now, let's take it a bit higher. What if something happens and the leg of that table breaks? I can tell you the table will fall flat to the surface of the ground. So, in the same vein, if exactly that same scenario happens to the table to your right, I can tell you the table might wobble, but it will still stand. The table might wobble, but it will still stand. So, what I'm saying is this: think of your table as your life and the legs as your income streams. The person that is talking to you here does not only rely on one stream of income. I can tell you to some extent, I have solid 3 streams of income. Solid 3 streams of income. And I can tell you it's not even enough. Why? Because the cost of we are all Nigerians, Abi. We all know the cost of production now. If you want to produce anything, you have to think and think twice. As a matter of fact, every quarter now, you need to think of increasing the amount of money that you are selling your products or services. You need to think like that. Why? Because example, if you are the type of person that has a business to decide that you are producing a particular thing, you go to the market to buy raw material or raw products. You need to understand that things are going high. I mean, the price of raw materials are going up and up every day. So if you look at this your business, that's too much running. I mean, the cost of operation is so much. You need to understand that if the running, I mean, cost of operation is so much, you fall back into something else. If that one is too much, too, you need to fall back into something else. So when you have just one stream of income, two streams of income, three streams of income, and you're comfortable, you need to do more. Yes. And I can tell you, I mean, I will show you examples of people. I have many examples of people, but I can show you one or two. Look at this guy. Some of us we know him basically as the Louis Vuitton founder. Is That's not the only thing he has created or the only thing that he has. No, he has a whole lot of it. He has a whole lot of it. I can tell you, this man was once the richest man in the world for like, I think, for like few days before Elon Musk took over again. His name is Bernard Arnault. His name is Bernard Arnault. Uh, Bernard Arnault actually is the owner of Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Tiffany& Co, NSC, Oblot, Dior, Givenchy, and the likes. So basically, what I'm saying is this man has more than one business, has more than two businesses, has more than three businesses, has more than five businesses, and he's making money. Look at this man again. He's a crazy man, but look at him. Richard Brandon, he sits over more than 400 companies. I mean, you can imagine. Just look at what you are doing, your own business. Look at the stress your own one business is giving you. Look at the stress that 400 company is giving this man. I mean, some of us we get home and we are tired. It's normal for you to be tired. It's not a crime for you to be tired. As a matter of fact, you should be tired. But then you get home and then you are tired from your day-to-day activities and you sit back, you relax, and then the following day, I go back again to work. Then you go back home. Then the following day, I resume the following. It's a routine. You're doing it normal over and over again. But there's a particular man out there that sits aboard 400, more than 400 companies, and he's still living. This man last year, he went into the space, I think twice. So what I'm telling you is this: you need to understand that when you have more than, I mean, when you have just one streams of income, it's good, but you can do more. Look at our Dick Dangote here. Okay, he has more than 10 streams of income. We all know this. This man has more than 10 streams of income that is giving him money. We have many examples. We have some that are even closer to us. Some are friends. And what I'm telling you is also this: you need to understand that all these guys, what they have in common is they have all their businesses on the internet. That means they are transacting, they are buying and selling, they are offering their services on the internet. How many people would you tell that I'm into this, I'm into that, compared to you when you put your own business on the internet? And how would you put your own business on the internet? For all of you that you are with me, that you're joining this, this webinar, I can tell you, you already have the 100% leverage to have your business on the internet. Why? Because you can connect with me on the internet. So the only thing you now ask yourself is this: what can I do on the internet? Simple as that. And I can tell you, the internet is not saturated enough. The internet is such like is can be compared to the sky. The sky is so big for anything, even for the birds of the air to comfortably fly around in. So what I'm telling you is this: the internet is not saturated enough. If you look at the internet and you Google it, I think especially on the Instagram, you go to Instagram, you see before you scroll past 10 feet, you see one person that is doing food. This person is cooking this. This person is doing this. I can tell you, you can join them. Don't say it is saturated. No, it is not saturated. It is not saturated. There's something that can stand you out. There's something we call something the USP. That is the your own unique selling point. You have something that will stand you out. So for the fact that you're on the internet, I mean, you can connect with me easily like this. You have the 100% leverage to have your I mean, your business on the internet and join the ranks of all these guys. Yes, you can. Don't say I'm from the village. Yes, don't say that. You can join the ranks of this guy and then have your business on the internet. Now, The founder of Microsoft said something. He said, if your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. Yes. And that is a resounding yes. It might not be out of business in the next 1 year, but in the next few years, it will be out of business. And nobody prays to be giving testimonies of their good days when they are poor. Nobody would like to say when I used to live in a mansion. Nobody would say when I used to drive a Rolls Royce, and now you are driving a leg Royce. Nobody used to pray, likes to pray that kind of prayer. So what I'm saying is this: for you to have what we call sustainability, you need to put your business on the internet. And then the question is this: why must you have your business on the internet? Because most successful business all over the world have their business on the internet. Not only all successful business or businesses in the world, they all have their business on the internet. I have a where I used to live in an apartment some years ago. This man actually exports rubber to the UK. Yes, this man actually exports rubber to the UK. So then the man only used to do it in such a way that he would do it the normal way. Physically, he will export it, then go back, come back, go back, come back. I can tell you, just a few years ago, 3 years ago, I went. went by his house, and then we started talking because we are very cool now. And then we started talking, and then he told me that he has actually put his business on the internet, like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. He put his business on the internet, and now he's making 3 times more the sales, 3 times more the sales he used to make when he was doing this thing physically. You can imagine. So this man was doing his business. This man was doing his business the normal way, physically, and he was making money, which is fine. But the thing is this: when this man put his business on the internet, he started making more, 3 times more than he used to make. So what I'm saying is this: for you to be convinced of why must you put your business on the internet, it is because you want your business to be successful. All right, so let's go for that. Let me show you this chart that you're seeing on your screen. This chart depicts accurately the most valuable brands in the world in the US. All right, you can see their net worth. Amazon tops it, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Walmart, Samsung, ICBC, Verizon, Tesla, and TikTok. All of these businesses are on the internet, and their brand value is in the USO, in the US dollar. US dollar. Their brand value of the brand value of Amazon is close to 300 billion US dollars. 300 billion US dollars. Why? You might say, me, 300 billion US dollars is too much for me. Just give me, even if it's 1 billion US dollar, it's enough for me. You still need to put your business on the internet. Some might say, 300 billion is too much. Even if it's $1 million, you still need to go back to the internet. Let's look at, if that is the US, let's go to Nigeria. Even our Nigerian brand here at home, they all have their businesses on the internet. Access Bank, Dangote, GT, Origin, Life Consent Lager, First Bank, all of them, they have their business on the internet. And then when we check their brand value in US dollar, Access Bank has 463 million US dollar when it comes to their brand value. So all I'm saying is the chart is a typical representation of the importance and the testimony of putting your business on the internet. Now, I want to introduce to us an online opportunity, which is basically called online trading. What is online trading? What is online trading? You have to understand that it's one of the many businesses that you can do online. It's one of the many businesses that you can do online. And then, so you need to understand. Remember, I said something that if you want to venture into anything, the first thing you need to know is you need to have a very good, solid knowledge of that business. So basically, what do I mean by online trading? Online trading, like I said, is one of the many businesses that you can do online. Online trading can also be referred to as e-trading. Anything that is called online trading can be referred to as e-trading. Another name that we can give it is called spiritual trading. I am telling you the honest truth. That's the fact. Whatever we can call online trading can also be referred to as e-trading, can also be referred to as spiritual trading. And online trading or e-trading means it is a method of trading. Let me use another word here. It is a method of buying, because trading is buying and what? Selling. Trading means buying and what? Selling. So it's a method of buying and selling financial items. When we go to the market with the intention or with the aim of buying or selling. You are either going to the market as a buyer or as a what? Seller. So you are going to the market to buy or sell. The same thing is applicable here. When you are when you are into the business of e-trading, you are going there to either buy or sell. But now, what are you buying and what are you selling? You are buying or selling, number one, financial instruments, which are number one, stocks, number two, commodities, number three, indices, number four, bonds, number five, currency, and so on and so forth. So you are buying all of this. The only thing is, you are not buying all of this by going to a physical market. You are buying all of this on the internet. That's the point. The point is, you are doing all of this on the internet. You are not doing it in the market. You're not doing it at a physical, maybe at a village square or at a physical spot. You are doing it on the internet. Remember, for you to for you to sustainable, for you to consistently keep to your word of financial literacy and financial independence, you need to move from the realm of physical to what? Spiritual. And the spiritual here is what we call the online. So you are doing all of this on your phones and on your laptops, even on your tablets. All right. So you now ask me, is it possible for us to even succeed in e-trading? Yes, irrespective of your gender, even your age. I have a client, and I use this man as an example most times. This man, he lives in Sapele, and then one of those days I traveled to Sapele, Delta, sorry, to do a training there, a seminar in this same line I'm doing now. All right, we went there, and then after the seminar, one elderly man, the man should be in his mid 70s then. One elderly man came, and then afterwards, the man was talking to one of my colleagues, and he was telling my colleagues that, colleague, that he has a laptop. Think the man used to be someone who, during his A days, he was very okay. He was working very well. And then he said he has laptop, but the thing is this: he does not know how to really navigate it. And with all of these things that we have shown him, he's 100% interested. He said, and that was, it takes an encounter with one person for you to change your mindset. That man was one of the earliest individuals that taught me that no matter how old you are, you can still change your financial destiny. Yes, the man, after further conversation, the man had what's the English here now? The man had fell prey of all these and Ponzi schemes before. Yeah. So that was why he came to our conference then. So he told me, he said that he has fallen into the hands of these guys before. But then with what we have told him and what he's seeing himself, okay, he's ready to go. But the thing is this, he met with my colleague, he said he doesn't know how to really navigate the laptop with the internet. So my colleague, lady, was like, Baba, you look young, but really you are quite young. The thing is this: you might not be able to understand it. This that my colleague was trying to tell him that, Papa, you're of age, you might not be able to understand this. So Baba now said something to her. He said, see, my daughter, the next time you come here, you'll be surprised. Long story short, I think 3 or 4 months after we left, after we left that, I went back again. This man called us. He came back to our conference, called us because we do training online. Called us and show us all the history of his online trading that he has been doing. And this man was doing it basically on his laptop, not on his phone. This man has phone, he has laptop, and he's doing it on laptop. So what I'm telling you is this: irrespective of your age, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your descent, I can tell you, yes, you can make it. Look at the example of this woman. This woman was born into a poor family, just like we call it here. In this side of the world, this man was born into was raised from an humble background. He was actually born into a poor family, like poor, very, very poor. And then, because she wanted to escape poverty, she got married at the age of 17. Yes, yeah, I think that practice is still common now, because the family is not doing well. See, go and get married. So because she wanted to escape poverty, she got married at the age of 17, and then 75, at the age of 75, her husband died. I can tell you, before her husband died, this woman was living under her husband's roof. 100%. What do I mean by that? What I'm saying is, it was the husband that was feeding her. It was the husband that was doing everything. The husband refused her to do anything reasonable. So after the husband's death, this woman was going through the husband's paper, husband's forms and every other thing, and then this man, this woman actually came across her husband's financial market shares, all this man's stocks. She saw it, and then when she saw it, she got one or two information, got educated in the the matter of financial education, and then she sold 1,000 shares of Viva. And when she sold 1,000 shares of that Viva, that shares made 100% profit at the age of 75. This woman now is one of the millionaires in the world. You can Google her name after this training. In the same vein, we have also this beautiful man here. This man, Bruce Kovner, used to be a taxi driver. Yes, this man used to be a taxi driver. This man does not even have any money to trade. As far back as 1977, he borrowed $3,000 on his credit card for him to start his trading journey. You can imagine someone who is a downfall driver listening to this program and saying and changing his mind that he's willing and is ready to. It's not like he's not going to do his taxi driver again. He's going to do it, but he's just willing to commit his life into something else. I want to start trading on the internet. And this man, that was the same step this man took. And when this man took that step in 1977, he borrowed $3,000. And with that $3,000, his trading journey started. And I can tell you, this man made 11 billion as far back as that time. And if you check this man on the internet, his name is Bruce Kovner. He's one of the million, in fact, one of the richest men in the world. This man changed just one decision. He changed his lifestyle. He changed his mindset. Remember from the beginning, he changed his mindset from financial dependency to financial independence. He changed his mindset. He changed his lifestyle from being a taxi driver. A taxi driver, in this part of the world, we look at those people who are a bit who have body mass, people with huge body mass. We look at them that this person is actually enjoying. Look at the man. As a taxi driver, he used to have a body mass. Now he's richer, he's doing well, and he doesn't have that body mass again. So what I'm telling you is this: body appearance or physical appearance does not validate whether you are looking good or whether you are doing well. No, it doesn't. So what I'm saying is this: from 1977 till now, this man is a billionaire. Yes, because at the end of the day, eventually made $11 billion when he changed his mindset. Now, again, what is online trading? Like I said, online trading is basically buying and selling financial instruments. And what are the financial instruments that you can buy or sell? You can buy financial instruments such as stocks, such as currency, such as indices, such as currency commodity. If you as an individual, you can decide to trade all of this, you can decide to buy or sell all of this. The whole idea of you buying and selling on the internet is basically, you are benefiting from the price movement. For anybody here who bought dollar as at 2 months ago or 3 months ago compared to now, I can tell you that that person has made a reasonable amount of money. Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because price has happened. Price change has happened. That means there's been a shift from the amount of money that person bought US dollar to, compared to now. So the price of US dollar, has it gone up or come down? It has actually gone up, and that person has made money. That is basically buying and selling. So let's pick them one after the other quickly. Let's pick them one after the other quickly. Let's pick them one after the other quickly. What is stock? What is stock? Stock is basically an ownership share in a corporation. Stock is basically an ownership share in a corporation. When you look at a particular company and you decide that this company is actually doing well, I can tell you, like I said, okay, I think I'm going to talk about it in the next slide. When you look at the company and you say this company is doing well, and then you want to invest in that company because you want to ride with the goodness that the company has now. You believe that this company is doing very well, and you believe that in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it's still going to keep the momentum of its goodness, and then you want to invest in it so that you reap from the goodness that that company is doing. I mean, is offering. That is basically buying stock. Now, you need to understand something, that when you buy into a particular stock, you are only investing into that company. If that company that you have projected that it's going to do well next year decides to do the opposite, that means the company starts doing bad thing. I mean, it started failing, it started going down the drain. I can tell you, you'll be losing money. That means your investment is what is bad. I hope you're following me. So when you are trading, remember I said here that trading is basically buying and what? Selling. Trading is basically buying and selling. So when you're trading, what you're doing is this. If you look at a particular company and you feel like the company is going to appreciate in value in a period of time, you buy into that company. You look at another company, you feel like this company it's going to depreciate in value, you sell that company and you make profits in both ways. Because some people um short sellers in the investment world, we call some people short sellers. What these people look out for is this: they look at a company that they are hyping their financial statements. Most companies they release what we call financial earnings. Also, they call it quarterly earnings. What that means is this: every quarter, every company that is publicly listed, they will share with their investors how they have performed over the last quarter, and they will share their financial statements. So when they share their financial statements, there are some group of individuals, they will not look at this financial statement, they will look at this value, these values, these figures that you are giving us is actually wrong. It's actually wrong. And they will look at there's a particular company like that in Germany. The name of the company is called Wirecard. You can check this. You can check. You can Google the name of that company after this class. Wirecard. 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 This company, they were doing something else, and I can tell you they were showing the world something else. It was because of this investigative journalists that got to know about all of this, and a particular group, I mean, and two girls, they are called short sellers. These two girls, they started short selling the stock of this company till the company went down. So you can decide to buy into a company that is doing well, and you can decide to sell the stock of a company that is doing bad. I mean, that is not doing well as well. So what I'm telling you is this: whether the company is doing well or the company is not doing well, you have the opportunity of making profits in both ways. Remember, when you're trading, you're basically buying and selling. So what are the stocks? I mean, which stocks can you buy, or what are the stocks that you can buy? There are plenty. Even here in Nigeria, we have stocks of MTN that you can buy, Access Bank, Zen Bank, Dangote. But when we are talking about the global financial markets, sorry ma and sorry sirs, we are not talking about Nigerian markets. Really, yes, we are talking about the global financial market. And then these are the stocks you can buy. We have many, many more, and then you can check them on our platform when we finish this program. So we have stocks such as Tesla, eBay, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, General Motors, and the likes. There are plenty. You can buy their stocks, right? We have another one called indices. We have another one called indices. Indices are group of stocks coming together to be traded as one. Indices are groups of stocks coming together to be traded as one. So remember, I said something that in Nigeria we have MTN. Okay, you can buy or sell the stock of MTN. I mean, yes, you can buy the stock of MTN. Let's assume that we have stocks of MTN, we have stocks of Glow, Etisalat, and Airtel. We have four telecommunications company in Nigeria. Four of them you can buy or sell them individually. Now let's assume that we bring these four telecommunication company, we bring them together under one umbrella, and we give them a name. T4, that is four telecommunication. The name T4 represents four telecommunication companies under one umbrella. That T4 serves as an index. An index, remember I said indices. Index is a singular form of indices. Indices is a plural. It's plural. So an index or indices are collections or group of stock which make up an index. So when different stocks come together to form, to be under one umbrella, is called an indices. Now, in the global financial market world, we have examples of indices. You must have heard of what we call Dow Jones, US 30, Wall Street, US 100, Nasdaq, US 500, that is Standard and Poor 500, DE 30, German 40, sorry, DE 40, German 40, UK 100. Yeah, plenty like that. FTSE. Those are indices that you can trade and you can buy or sell in the global financial markets. Okay, and then the next one that we have, you can see the chart of the US 500 here, and that's the chart of US 500. Now the next one that we have is called commodity. Commodity. See, this commodity is one of my best, very best. Commodity is a basic good that can be exchanged for other commodities of money. We all know that, and I can tell you that this commodity, every human being will all venture into this commodity, knowingly or unknowingly. And I will tell you. Now, commodity is divided into three. Commodity is divided into three. We have the metals, we have the energies, and we have the agri produce. We have the metals, we have the energies, and we have the agri produce. All right. So let's pick them one after the other quickly. Now, under metals, we have gold, we have silver, we have palladium, we have platinum. All of this you can buy or sell them. There's some of us that we have invested our money in gold for the past 20 years. If you have anybody like that, or you know anybody like that, that person is a trust fund person, not a trust fund baby. A child now is a trust fund person, because I can tell you that gold always appreciates in value from the olden times, from the gold olden times to this present time. Gold always appreciates in value. And how will I just conclusively say gold appreciates in value? It is because, remember, I said this word is not constant, goes up and down. All right. So in terms of economic instability, in terms of war, in terms of civil war, in terms of World War I, World War II, people who are not even people, countries all over the world, they know that after this war, at least one day this war will end. I will continue with our life. So where can we keep our money? Where can we keep our investments? Where can we keep our resources? That at the end of the war, we'll still be able to come back to it. Because if we say we should keep our investment, our resources, and our money inside our own country, these people that we are battling with, they can come into our country, destroy us, and go away with our resources. So what these people do is this: they will invest their money, their resources, their investments into what? Into a particular classification of commodity we call safe haven. Safe haven can be anything ranging from currency to even commodity. Safe haven such as gold. Gold is a safe haven, and that's why you notice something. For those of us that we listen to maybe news, you notice that whenever there's economic instability, whenever there is war, people will always look to where they will put their money. People will always look to where will I put their money. All right. So we have the likes of gold, we have the likes of silver, platinum, and palladium. The next one we have is energy, crude oil. You can buy all of this and you can sell all of this. Also, the next one we have is called agri produce. Right. These are the ones that we have under commodities. Okay, so you need to look at this major global disruption. All of these things, they've been happening in the world. All of these things, they're happening. Some have happened, like the pandemic. That's COVID-19. That one has happened. Some that are happening right now: the Ukraine war, the Israel-Hamas war, the BRICS, the geopolitical tension, the climate change. All of these things are happening, and you and I, we are just sitting there. We are not doing anything. What I'm saying is this: with all of these things that are happening around us, we can take good opportunity, we can take full advantage in this global disruption to make a reasonable money or profits for ourselves. Okay, so let's talk about the last one, and that is called currency. Currency trading is basically buying and selling currency of two different nations. Remember, I said price move up and down. The rate at which US dollar was yesterday is not the same rate at which US dollar and Nigeria is today, and it will never be the same rate at which they will be tomorrow. So, you currency trading is basically buying and selling currencies of different nations. All right. So all over the world, the most traded currency I mean, the most well of not of course not is not new to everybody. We all know that US dollar is the world economic power and even the world police power. Right. So when you are trading currency, you are trading currency based on two different currency. Number one, you are trading currency with one currency of a particular country with another currency of a particular currency. All right. So how does currency trading work? Currency trading, remember I said currency trading is basically done between two different currencies. All right. The first one in this example is Euro USD. Euro is for European countries and US dollar is in the America. So that means we are using two different currency to trade, right? The first currency to your left is called the base currency. The second currency is called the quartz currency. So what you're doing is this, just like we do with Aboki, you say when you are doing, I mean, buying Euro USD, what you're saying is you are selling Euro and buying US dollar. And when you are selling Euro USD, what you're saying is you are buying Euro and you are selling US dollar. Now, in this example, what we say is this: when you are trading two currencies, one currency to the left is called the base currency, and the currency to your right is called the counter currency. All of this will be talked about much more during our trading classes. So, what is being traded in this currency or in the global financial markets? This is what is being traded: change in price. Whenever there is a change in price of a particular commodity, a particular currency, a particular stock or indices, there's going to be fluctuation of price, which will lead to increment or reduction in money. So it is now your job to know when there's going to be a change in price. Number one. Number two, is the change in price going to be in the positive side or in the negative side? Why? Because it is profitable for you whether it is positive or negative. So if it's positive, you know what to do. If it's negative, you know what to do. Introspective details as regards this will be done in the class or during our training session. So if you buy, you profit when the price goes up, and if you sell, you profit when the price come down. So the multi-million dollar question here is this: how are we expected to know, or how would we know when to buy or sell? When would you know when to buy or sell? It is only when you know about what you're doing, and that is where knowledge comes from. That's where knowledge comes in from. Okay, you need to understand when the price will go up and when the price will come down. We need to understand when the price will go up and when the price will come down. So that means when there's fluctuation of price, it translates to money. Now let's look at this chart here. From October to November, I can tell you Euro CHF as far back as 2021, if you're on a sell from October to November, it would have given you on a standard lot size, it will give you a profit of 29,000 plus. Also, November to December, $18,000. From December to January, $6,000. All these things I'm saying, they are possible only if you have the right knowledge and you have your money working for you in the global financial markets. All right. Now, for some of us, we might not be able to get all of this money like as a huge amount of money like this, but you can get it gradually. I can tell you, yes, you can get it gradually. All right. So let's move forward. Now, how would you learn or how would you know or forecast when price will go up or come down in the future? That is basically when we talk about the analysis in the market. We analyze anything that happens in the market. Before anything will happen in the market, we look at it. How will this thing go up? When will it go up? How will this thing come down? And when will it come down? So we have three ways that we use to look at how this thing goes up and how this thing come down. The first one is called the technical analysis. The second one is called the fundamental analysis, and the third one is what we call the sentiment analysis. All of this analysis we discuss during our training. Okay, so quickly let's have a run through technical analysis. Technical analysis is the study of past or historical price and volume movement to predict what will happen in the future. Technical analysis is basically, summarily, let me say it, that technical analysis is basically the study of previous market action to previous market action to determine what will happen in the future. Previous market action to determine what will happen in the future. So when we study what has happened in the past, we use that knowledge to determine what will most likely happen in the future. And if you look at this chart that I'm showing you here, I mean, okay, sorry. When you look at this place, I said you sell at the resistance and you buy at the support. You must have heard of this statement: buy low, sell high, and that is what this statement is saying, but with some other factors. All right. So look at this chart here. Previously, as far back as 9th of June 2023, the price of AUD USD and got to a particular high and then it came down. July got to that same height, came down. January 2024, 3rd January 2024, the price of AUD USD went back to that same high. And when it got there, what happened again? It came down. So what I'm saying is this: we use the knowledge of what happened in June of 2023, July of 2023, December, January of 2024. We use it the next time price of AUD USD is going back to the same high, and we believe that whenever the price of AUD gets to this same resistance there, there's a possibility that what will happen? It will come down. All right. The next one we have also is for support. As far back as September 13, 2016, price of GBP card got to this place, went back up. January 2017, price of GBP card got to this place, went back up. September 2017, price of GBP card got to this place, went back up. The next time you see price of GBP card coming back to this same support, there's a high possibility or high probability that when next price of GBP card is coming down to this place, what will happen? It will most likely to go back up, and that is what we call technical analysis. Further details we share during our training session. Now look at this picture. This is a picture of a group of women who are pounding yam. Yes, see, yam pounded in this manner is very, very sweet. Why? Because they pound it to a fault. Like they pound it with all their energy. I like eating pounded yam in this manner, but nobody wants to be doing this every day. Nobody. We have some people that eating pounded yam is their calling. People from Mondo or from Ekiti. If you are from any of those states, I hope you are not angry with me. That's just the truth. They want to be eating pounded yam every day. If you are married to them, would you be telling your wife to be pounding yam every day for you? No, you will not be. So basically, at the end of the day, you still end up buying a machine that will be pounding the yam for you. You cannot allow your wife to be pounding yam for you or your husband to be pounding yam for you every day. So at the end of the day, you say, let's get a machine. Instead of me pounding every day, let's get a machine. So you sit back in your living room and the machine will be working for you. You can imagine. So, and when the machine finish pounding it for you, you have the same smooth yam, very, very, very fluffy yam. And then you prepare your egusi or your efo or whatever, and then you enjoy it. In the same vein, when you are trading manually like this. You are looking for areas of support and resistance. You are the one sitting down, stressing your eyes, stressing your mind, stressing your brain, looking for where you enter a buy or a sell. But instead of doing that, we have a software that will be doing this for you. You see, the first software is this. It's called the basic indicators with auto trade line. When you have this indicator, automatically what this indicator will be doing is you don't need to be looking for where to enter a buy or sell. This indicator will be telling you this is a this is an area of support and this is an area of resistance. This is the first indicator. The second indicator we have is called the perfect trend indicator. This perfect trend indicator will tell you exactly when to enter buy or sell. Okay, we have it here. And the third indicator is the one we have here. It's called the ultimate pips indicator. The ultimate pips indicator. The ultimate pips indicator is for VVIP clients. Or let me use the word is for VIP clients. Now, let me go back a bit. Let me step back a bit. This indicator, which is a basic indicator with auto trend line, is basically an indicator that will be telling you the areas of support and resistance. It will be telling you where price will most likely go back up or come down. Come down. So when you have this indicator, that means you are a client with Nielsen Global and you have funded your account. When you fund your account between the value of $100 to $500, $499, you'll be getting this indicator. Yes, you'll be getting this indicator. This is not the only indicator that you'll be getting. You'll be getting more than 3 indicators or 4 indicators that will be helping you in your trading journey. And now, this indicator we have next is between $500 to $1,000. When you have $500 to $1,000 in your account, you have access to this indicator. This indicator is very, 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 very sweet. Very, very sweet. Very, very, very sweet. This yesterday morning, it was yesterday evening, afternoon, sorry, a client of mine that is a VIP, she's a VIP indicator. I gave her this indicator. She told me this morning, it happened yesterday afternoon. She told me this morning on WhatsApp that she made $1,000 on it. $1,000. Yes. $1,000 exactly. She shared the screenshots with me. So what I'm telling you is this: some we have indicators for various account size. So when you have between $500 to $1,000, you'll be getting these indicators from us free of charge. And if you have between $1,000 and above, you'll be getting the ultimate, the ultimate pips indicator. Very, very, very interesting indicator. I can tell you, it's been very, very good. So you'll be getting the ultimate pips indicator. Now, Mr. Alfred Monday, thank you for coming around, Mrs. Miss Ayeni. Thank you for coming around. I've been having issue with some people trying to sign in, and then I admitted them, but then it will go off again. I don't understand what's up with the network, and that's why I think we have two people here. So Miss Ayeni Divine, I believe you have a meeting on Friday by
Yes,
4 p.m.
sir.
We'll
From
attend
here,
to
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All
Thank you,
right. So
sir.
thank you all. Just please stay online a bit. Give me a moment. All right, so that'll bring to an end today's session, and then hopefully we get to see next week. Mr. Monday, thank you for coming around, and Miss Ayane Divine. So I believe we'll be seeing ourselves next week. So thank you so
Okay, sir.
much, and then have a beautiful day.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.